one day I was just bored, and I hooked up into this thing and started playing, and I was like, oh man, it might be kind of cool to actually have a song in here that's, I mean, a palate cleanser almost in the turn, because you're just kind of pummeled in the first, 2 songs and something kind of break. So it's just, this series of, just to have some type of song there that was kind of melancholy, and maybe it's not even a song, it's really just kind of a break and atmosphere type deal. And but after a break, we had kind of gotten, I think we were a little lit, and we were like, we got this idea, we're gonna go in there and record this. And so we ended up getting down there, and we're drinking as the process is going on, so we're getting a little bit even more sloshed. And I didn't have a pick on me, and it was really just these chords that we're just playing on there. And so chords that are inside the that follow the next song, Sacrifice.
You were playing with your fingers.
Yeah, I didn't have a pick. And then so Joseph hands me a quarter, and we played it, and it had this really cool shimmering type. It's kind of this, I don't even know if it's mid-range.
Well, you were getting harmonics from the metal,
yeah, exactly.
Strings, and I mean, you were. I was handing you wine and then handing you money. It was really weird.
Yeah. Anyways, that's how Act 2 came about. The next song on the record is Sacrifice, which is one of the bigger songs of the record. Very much, it's probably maybe the heaviest song on the record, but again, it has to do with the whole Witherfall philosophy of contrast, where it's got all this technical stuff going on, but halfway through the song, it completely just goes very simplistic with a very Pink Floyd type section. This was one of the first songs that Joseph and I also wrote together during that. We had a few days.
It was the first day.
First day, yeah.
First day, you played me the verse riff, and I immediately heard like that melody with the fifth, and we just went from there. I mean, it was pretty simple.
The writing process of that one was very easy. A lot of those riffs I had from 2 years before actually working on the Witherfall. It was just some riffs that I had come up with, and I really wanted them to work. Of course, the songs it totally built into something else when Joseph came in. And then, again, working with Adam on the pre-production was another thing where it also kind of helped out compositionally wise with just arrangements, seeing how everything kind of fit in there. There's a lot of time signature changes going on without the song.
The biggest thing was Jake and I worked, I mean, everything came together pretty quickly in those original sessions as far as melodies and harmony. But what we did was we took like 4 months of working in my studio, doing pre-production and going, what's the tempo here? Like, what's the best tempo for this section? We were detail-oriented. The chorus of that is like, 10 beats per minute slower.
The tempo changes do change throughout there, and it's intentional in a way. It's just kind of naturally how we're doing it, but when you have to line it up to a click, you kind of look back and you say, well, this is 10 BPMs. Well, we could just move it up, or we could move another section down, but why compromise, One thing I was very curious about was the breakdown section of Sacrifice. There's an area in there that's very Pink Floyd like, and I was really hearing something that Nick Mason would do. And so I took this to Adam. I said, Adam, I'm hearing something that's kind of Pink Floyd in this section. He kind of came up with this thing it was brilliant. It was exactly what it needed. And the part I really like about that, to me, is it almost kind of sounds like it's a song within a song. It tells a story. It builds, up into the giant climax of the song, which is something that Joseph and I both worked. I actually, it was all Joseph's thing with the choir. I just had this progression.
There's a choir, there's a piano, there's 3 different string sections. It's really a massive, like, harmonic, like a really complex harmonic, like, tapestry going on in there. It's one of the craziest things I've ever been a part of writing. There's so much going on.
It was just an idea to have it kind of build into something so huge at the end. And to really, and that was something that we really worked with Zeus on too, is that we wanted to have this actually in the mix where the dynamics would show. So it's almost like, so if you listen to the record, you might have to turn up your speakers during during that section because he wanted it to be super quiet and to really show the finesse of it and then build into this, a giant, almost explanation mark to really show what the song is. The middle breakdown, Floyd type section, whatever you will. Track Ninja had a great idea of getting a Leslie speaker that he had in the studio, and to actually put it through there, which was something that Floyd would do a lot. David Gilmour.
We couldn't move it either. We had to go and field record it.
Yeah, exactly. We had to go there, and the process of recording it was. I remember we recorded it with like.
No, we had the click track. Yeah. No, we had the click track on the phone into headphones, so you had it.
Yeah.
And then he's sitting there in front of this whirling speaker with the field recorder.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the strangest thing I've ever done recording. The lyrical theme of Sacrifice, and I mean, let me preface this by saying I have many, few religious friends and relatives, and the song is basically like it's an admonition, I guess. Like it's kind of like hey, go and actually read those books that you're saying you base your whole life system on, like like when you go through the lyrics in the song, there's little sections which basically say all these horrible things that are in the Bible and the Quran. Like if you did like a poll, like a Gallup poll, and you called people and like, hey, like, would you approve of this? Would you approve of that? No, you wouldn't. But then when you say, well, are you Christian? Like, do you believe that the Bible is good? Yes, but everything that you just answered would contradict that. Basically, like the song is basically a rebuke of the Bible and that it's a good book. That's what the song is about.